Welcome to Biz Wire. Ever since China started pursuing a policy of reform and opening up of its markets 3 decades ago, it has experienced rapid economic takeoff and has made its entry into the ranks of middle-income countries. In 2011, China's per capita GDP reached $5,400 using current exchange rates. That figure would be even larger using the World Bank purchasing power parity formula, so by most accounts, China now qualifies as a middle-income country. At the same time, however, China faces some serious challenges, such as socioeconomic inequalities, an imbalanced economic structure dominated by inefficient state-owned enterprises, endemic corruption, environmental and ecological degradation, and more, all of which are intertwined and represent stumbling blocks on China's path toward becoming a sustainable and equitable high-income country. Now, for many, the answer to all these challenges is urbanization, which is creating huge opportunities for China in many areas by expanding domestic demand, which is helping to rebalance the economy. Now, having people concentrated together, which along with technology greatly improves communication and contributes to developing a civil society and improves governance as citizens share and discuss the issues of the day. Our resources are also used more efficiently in cities and helps to control pollution. However, by many accounts, China is not taking full advantage of the potential of urbanization to help cope with its challenges due to a series of institutional constraints. For example, while more than 150 million rural migrants work and live in cities, they cannot have local urban registered residences because of the current household registration system known as hukou. Hence, they are excluded from the local public service system and creates a vast underclass that is not only unfair to those helping to modernize China, but it is also a potential source of instability. The plight and vulnerability of migrant workers and their families contributes to the fragility and inequality of the country as a whole. And reforming the urban residency system is seen as paramount to China's continued development, but will require substantial government spending to offer schooling to the children of migrant workers, medical care, and other public services. And reforms would affect how government money is allocated, which is one of the main reasons why we haven't seen major changes to the hukou system as of yet. Now, addressing these concerns, China's next premier has repeatedly pledged to redouble efforts to urbanize the world's second-largest economy and move more farmers into cities. Li Keqiang has said that China needs to push forward with urbanization, calling it a huge engine of economic growth. His words have brought hope to the millions of second-class citizens in cities, but a whole different part of society has also given the green light to investors, many of whom have been jumping into Chinese stocks, believing that a further expansion of Chinese cities will give a boost to consumer spending. China already has a little over half of its 1.35 billion people living in urban areas, compared with 19% in 1979 when the country started to overhaul its economy. Pioneer Investments estimates that residents of China's biggest cities, such as Beijing or Shanghai, on average spend as much as $338 a month, compared with $70 spent by a typical farmer. Taking into account the millions that are expected to move into China's cities, the effect then multiplies. The UN estimates that the population of China's cities will increase by 230 million by 2025 from the current 682 million. As a result, urban dwellers will make up 65% of China's population in just 12 years, compared with 50% in 2011. Some investors are targeting specific sectors that are most likely to expand as a result of changes, such as property developers active in smaller cities and companies that build energy infrastructure. Others say that some of the enthusiasm for urbanization is already priced into some stocks. Helen Zhu, chief China strategist at Goldman Sachs, says it remains unclear what specific targets or policy changes the new leadership will incorporate or prioritize in its urbanization blueprint. Ms. Zhu says investors have bought into sectors like commodities and machinery on expectations that infrastructure investment will remain a pillar of urbanization, but that it's possible that actual policies are more nuanced or more diversified in their impact. Gigi Chan, manager of Threadneedle Investments' $100 million China Opportunities Fund in Singapore, said that recent announcements reiterate how important urbanization is as a driver of China's economic growth. As a result of her analysis, she has stakes in construction firms as well as water and environmental protection companies. Chan's investments hope to take advantage of efforts to better house migrant workers and the larger public's increasing demands for other basic necessities like safe drinking water and a cleaner environment, all difficult issues that the new government has said will be a high priority.